today's subject is, can I get business credit lines in other states that I don't reside in? Yes, you can. If you notice that many corporations will incorporate in every single state of the United States to take advantage of business credit lines, loans, leases, lines of credit, different state tax laws, and that type of thing. But you, the small business owner, can do actually the same thing. And many small business owners don't know that. It's because they're not educated about getting additional lines of credit. So the preface is before I say all this is that before you get started, make sure that you have lines of credit within your own state. So I'll go through an example and I'll show you how and tell you how to set up lines of credit within other states. So let's say that you reside, let's say here in like the state of Arizona. In Arizona, let's say you have a corporation, a C Corp, and you built the C Corp up to, let's say, $250,000 in lines of credit. You have trade lines, you have a great relationship with, say, with Bank of America or US Bank or Wells Fargo, Chase, whatever. And you're pretty happy. You have Visa, MasterCard with those banks, and you also possibly have some other trade lines, again, like with Uline or Gempler's or Staples and a host of other companies, and you're doing really well. You have great personal credit. But you know something? You say, Charles, I'm going to be doing business with the state of Missouri. And in Missouri, I'm not quite sure if I have bank lines of credit because I might have some employees there. How do I set up so that that credit doesn't touch my credit here in Arizona? I'm glad you asked. So here are the steps-by-steps you're going to do. Most major corporations don't try to do it themselves. They usually hire out another company that can form the corporation. So for the sake of today's video, I'm going to give you a great company to start with. There's about 4 or 5 that I'm thinking are really good, but I'll just give you this one. The first one is called LegalZoom. You can go to LegalZoom and you would tell them, sir, I would like to set up a corporation in Missouri. Now the reason why you want to do this is because the bankers usually have a rule. And what the rule is that they will not loan out, or they're very reluctant to give lines of credit to corporations that are not at least within 30 miles of one of their branches. That's one of the things, the secret things they don't tell you. So what you want to do is that if you're going to form a new corporation in Missouri, you want to stay within major metropolitan areas of that city. Don't worry about where it's located at. When you're setting up with LegalZoom, they can help set up what they call a legal resident for your corporation in that state. So the next step is that we're going to set up a foreign corporation under our main corporation within Arizona. The second step, after everything is formed, we're going to go back through each one of our creditors and let them know, say, hey, I have a subsidiary in Missouri. I would like you to offer lines of credit to that subsidiary that I have in Missouri. What do I need to do? I'll submit to you any paperwork that you need. At the time, every organization that you have a line of credit with will come back and say, hey, we don't do business in Missouri. However, we will offer you this in Missouri under that. So let's say, for example, you're with Bank of America. Bank of America has a sister branch in Missouri. And at the time you tell them, I have $25,000 with you. I need to get another $10,000 in this corporation. I have great credit. They'll go back through and they'll check and say, hey, yeah, this is great. If you want a line of credit, we'll set you up with, let's say, $10,000. You're like, oh, this is fantastic. This is great. You can go through all your other creditors and do the same thing, and they will extend you credit based on the information that you had. Separate corporation, which is a foreign corp in Missouri. Separate EIN number, which is under the state of Missouri also. And because you're going with a legal resident or legal agent, I should say, is that you can get your own address, your own phone number, and all the other little things that you need for that corporation because you're registering as a foreign corp. However, when you go for credit in that state, you're not going to offer the information for the main corporation. You're going to be offering information for the foreign corp to get credit lines in that state. So let's say that you have, let's say it's called HomeAway Nursing. And HomeAway Nursing is located, headquartered in Arizona, but you need, because of legal reasons, to set up a separate corporation in Missouri. But then that corporation, you get to say, well, I need to lease some cars from my nurses because they have to go around visiting old people or people who are just, hurt and that kind of thing to make sure that we get billed out properly. So now you can go to Ford Motor Credit and say, hey, we have nursing away here in Missouri. We have great credit lines. we want to get a fleet line of credit with you to get, let's say, 5 cars under a lease so that our agents and our nurses can go visit the people and we can bill out properly. That's why they do it. So you need to really think about strategically where you want to go. You can do this in every state, all 50 states. Again, LegalZoom is a great company to go with. There are 4 or 5 other companies that are really good companies also. I'm not going to mention those right now. If you contact me by email, I'll reach out to you and I'll tell you what those companies are. They all have, different fees. However, it'll work so great for your corporation because you can start magnifying the lines of credit you have for your corporation. And as you increase revenue, you can get bigger and bigger on lines of credit. Notice I didn't say loans, I said lines of credit because I'm more of a lines of credit kind of person, because you can get a line of credit and pay the interest only on that whatever you use versus trying to take out the loan and being restricted because now you took out a $500,000 loan and everything is restricted. I'd rather have a $500,000 or $1 million line of credit that I can use and pay back, and grow that line of credit versus just trying to take all the money out. Anyway, that's just my own personal opinion. Reach out to me. You can do it. So yes, the answer is yes, you can get lines of credit in other states. Just make sure your formation's proper and all the paperwork's proper and set up. And if you need help, that's where we're here. You can reach out to me again at charles@businessdata123.com or info@businessdata123.com. Please look at the PDFs below, how to become bank compliant, and also make sure you watch the past videos as well too. And it should be up in one of these upper corners, hopefully not, or just look down below. A lot of great information, a lot of information. If you want to hire us out, feel free to do that. We're kind of expensive, want to let you know, but we're great. We're also going to have business groups and also some webinars also too, just to inform you, the business owner, about business lines of credit and what you get access to. Thank you so much for your time. Check out our website, businessdata123.com, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Again, go back and watch the videos, a lot of great information. Thank you for your time.